If you're saving up for a luxury watch, be careful where you spend your hard-earned cash. Fake and altered watches are on the rise, and they're becoming extremely hard to detect. The most prestigious brands have always been expensive. But during the pandemic, prices exploded to unprecedented levels. Lockdowns fueled a surge in interest. Unable to travel, rich shoppers turned to luxury goods. Meanwhile, people who made money from the crypto and NFT boom were eager to spend. Supply just couldn't keep up, and COVID regulations shut down Swiss watchmaking, tightening an already limited supply. With new watches hard to get, consumers were driven to a murkier side of the industry. Many turned to second-hand watch sellers and grey market dealers, who buy new watches just to sell them again. Sales of second-hand watches now account for more than a third of the global luxury watch market. But parts of the industry are pretty shady. Some watches are counterfeits. By one estimate, 40 million fake luxury and non-luxury watches are sold every year. And some are altered, creating so-called frakenwatches. These are watches that are cobbled together using parts from different timepieces. A sophisticated frankenwatch often begins as a vintage watch from a luxury brand. Some of its components are then replaced with parts sourced from similar watches to make it resemble an even rarer and more sought-after version. These modifications are not always disclosed to the buyer, and that matters because the watches that are completely untouched tend to be more valuable. Frankenwatches have become a major headache for experts, especially as the second-hand watch market is barely regulated. The industry as a whole lacks a single clear authentication process or authority. Some experts admit that it's impossible to be 100% sure that any timepiece is genuine. It's difficult to know exactly how common frankenwatches are, and for many there's little incentive to find out. Dealers want prices to stay high, auction houses don't want their reputations damaged, and collectors may not want to look too closely at their purchases in case they find a nasty surprise. Some consumers may decide that the risk of buying a frankenwatch is simply not worth it, and buy something else instead.